the marks on the board.
I was thinking about CB's
earlier this week. You like a CBJ?
Yeah, my dad's got one. I haven't been on it yet. So.
You know, I'm a big CB guy.
What's your handle?
Hey, what's your handle?
I don't know.
Get your handle.
I grew up being Boss Hog. I was a big Dukes of Hazzard fan. But
I thought you were just a big fan of the pork industry.
well, we're more about that lately. What? Baby. Woo! Hey, everybody, welcome to Old Man Record. I appreciate the freaking shit out of you guys hanging out with us.
How about it?
I've been on vacation all week.
I've not.
I went to Asheville, North Carolina area for the week, part of the week. Went and saw Monolord last weekend, last Friday instead of a show.
A week ago today.
Yep, went up and saw Monolord. Borscht. And then I got to change the lower third. And then while I was out there, I got to turn that off. That's a... Okay. Well, all right. Well...
You still got a couple turd stones.
No. It's a non-stone environment.
Turd Stones.
Wait, now we go back to it.
It's a good band name. The Turd Stones.
Why is that not coming up?
It's not ready.
Oh, no.
It's not ready.
I'm upset about it. All right. Anyway, went up there this week, and man, it was such an amazing thing, man. Monolord, I'm a big fan. Swedish Doom outfit, crushed it. Me and the girlfriend had a great time there. Went to the Moog Museum up there.
Yeah.
Checked out all the Moog shit. It was really cool. Went to Harvest Records. Ate some chicken and waffles. Then went up to this cabin in the middle of nowhere where literally on the back steps of our shit was a waterfall. I mean, it was bananas. Grilled ribeyes out there twice, 2 nights in a row. Drank a bunch of beers, grilled ribeyes, looked at waterfalls off the back deck. Chucked some clouds. You guys know Chuck Cloud? It was a big old time, man. I had a good old vacation. Hell, it ain't done yet, motherfucker. What do we got? Tuesday? Tonight, I decided I got a little bee in my bonnet earlier, about a week ago. I don't know what did it about it for me. But I just really wanted to smoke some meat.
Okay.
I've never really smoked meat before. So what I did was I smoked a big old Boston butt out on the shebang out there, and it was a good time.
I will say, for someone who's never done that before, you did a damn good job.
I'm excited about it. Normally, I'm a smart man, but boy, I'll fuck a cup of coffee up. I'm smart in a lot of ways, but in a lot of like practical, like, hey, we're gonna do this thing. I'll mess that up. And this is one of those things at the end of the day, I was getting frustrated about it because it was kind of just frustrating, keep the temperature, and I'm like, I've never done this, and now I'm like, damn it, it's like a day of work, and I just wanted to flip the grill over and was like, screw all this mess. And, but it was good. At the end of the day, I have to say, boy, that's some good stuff right there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be smoking some more meat. So we got us a button. You smoked some jalapeno poppers.
I made some appetizers. Brought those. I brought some bacon wrapped carrots.
Never had those before. We saw those online.
Yeah, and I brought some bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Both amazing. Really cool. So it's just been a smoky evening. So originally I kind of said we're kind of going to do a little smoky meat like kind of vibe tonight. That doesn't necessarily mean a playlist where every song has to be about meat or whatever, but it just has that kind of vibe to it. that stanky, smoky, it's hot and sticky outside. We've been drinking cold beer, and we're about to do some damn meat, baby. That vibe. Think of like, you know, ZZ Top or some Dirty Blues, you know what I mean? So we jived on that a little bit tonight too, and
Yeah.
it's been a good time around this mug. I have to tell you. So anyway, what?
Here we are.
Here we are. So we appreciate y'all joining us and spending your time with us. You know, I was a little unplugged from all the shit that was going on in the world. I was up there during that, you know, the shooting. We have some shootings and
I don't know.
a bunch of stuff, man. Nothing I
What
want
are you
to.
talking about? The shooting in
The Madden
Florida?
tournament. That was weird.
That's pretty effed up.
It was messed up, man.
We work with a girl whose boyfriend. That's what he does. He streams Madden all the time. That's
Yeah.
his job.
Yeah.
So
And
they were watching it live when it happened.
and one of our reporters was a. Have you seen the video?
No.
You don't see like people getting shot.
Right, right.
It's while they're playing, and then it's
Yeah.
like
Oh, I've seen the video when it goes.
pa pa.
Yeah, yeah.
And the controller pulls out.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Lisa wasn't none of my kin. God bless him. But why did I even bring that up? I had no business in even bringing that up.
Was it on your rundown?
No. But I tell you what was. You guys know we love the old DJ Shadow around this mug. And apparently this dude is like, I didn't really, maybe we'd probably mention this before, but he's selling off some of his shit, and he's done this a few years in a row here. Part of his private collection this September has been sold out of the 3rd annual DJ Shadow storage sale. Co-hosted and produced, co-hosted by the producer and Los Angeles record shop Rap Cat's 3rd installment is a 2-day event. Thousands, quote unquote, thousands of used vinyl LPs, 45s, and 12 inches, culled from Shadow's private collections and exclusive DJ Shadow 7-inch of Systemic featuring Nas, deleted DJ Shadow web store product, including limited items and rarities, CDs, cassettes, posters, and other oddities, plus unique stock on both days, quote unquote. That's where I should have put the quote unquote. See, that's why I retracted that. That is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
The storage sale is going to be at 5636 York Boulevard, Los Angeles, the 15th and 16th of September.
You can't buy it online.
No, that's a straight up like roll up and buy some Shadow shit. That is nuts. Wow, I couldn't imagine doing something like that. And, you know, I got some good record albums as well. I went to the mountains when idea I was going to spend a little bit of money. And I spent a little bit of money, but not as much as I probably thought I was going to, I'll be honest. But still got some good stuff. I'll have to say, this, let me see what the number 2 graphic is, because I may have loaded this in wrong. I don't know. I know, you know, when I was up there, I went to the Moog store.
Yeah.
And literally, I picked one of these, the Mooger Foogers, up in my hand.
Yeah.
Because I'd never really held a Mooger Fooger. And then I realized that they've been discontinued. I had no idea. Damn it. Here we go. I had a thing up here. But it's like 20 years these things, no longer than that. Come on, Internet. The whole line of these pedals, which includes a low pass filter, ring modulator, phaser, other functions, wow. But the whole line is going away. It's really weird because I'd looked at these before when I was looking for like not ring modulators, but like envelope filter type pedals and stuff. I had looked at these and but was turned off by the price, obviously, because they're no joke. And the old ones, I think Jerry Garcia used some of the originals and stuff, and these are like the reissues and stuff, but they're going to stop making them all together. That's pretty sad. But I was up there, I was going to load some of the pictures in, but me and a girlfriend went up to the factory in Asheville, and have you ever been up there?
I've not.
They got a bunch of Moog stuff and you can
Like a playroom.
yeah, playroom, and they'll do tours of the factory and stuff, and the guys in there were cool enough, and actually got records in there, which is weird. It's weird. They had like Aphex Twin and Boards of Canada, and they had you know, Kraftwerk and things that all like had synthesis as a very heart of what they were doing.
Sure.
Even into some rock bands and stuff. It was cool to see that for sure. The other thing I wanted to mention in terms of things that have been going on that I don't know what the F's been going on is the Wu-Tang Clan. You know, we don't mention a whole lot of hip-hop here on the show, but we mention a fair amount. The second full-length from Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang Forever, is going to be released on a 4 LP silver marble box set thing coming out. That is pretty damn monumental. That is one of the best hip-hop albums. I know Metal Theologian has just recently gotten into like really looking into hip-hop and stuff. This is one of those albums like, man, you cannot go wrong with this shit. I mean, for sure. Oh. Up, hip, hop, hip, hop. Oh, there it is. I remember getting this for Christmas when it came out, the year it came out. Asking my parents for a hip hop record for Christmas was always a little dicey situation. It's just kind of like, oh, what are you doing over here? It was kind of one of those. It was always a weird vibe. I mean, I was after classic rock. I would ask for like, you know, grunge and Nirvana and stuff like that. But then I'd throw in a hip hop album. And it was always kind of like, all right, well, you know, you like Chuck Berry and stuff too, so I guess it's, you know.
I guess that's hip hop.
Yeah, but it was great. It's a fantastic album, and it's one of those like, I wondered at the time if it was something I just liked because it was kind of what I latched onto at the moment. But I think, you know, many couple of decades pulled away from it. It's like, this is actually legit music, and a lot of that hip hop falls to the wayside as a lot of the pop music garbage that just, it falls through like when you're draining taco meat when you pull it off a skillet. A lot of that dumb bullshit just falls through the drain, but the stuff that will sticks. It doesn't matter if it's hip hop or pop music or rock and roll or metal or whatever. If it sticks, and it'll be around forever. That's why the Beatles are still good. That's why Sabbath still kicks ass. Even for the most like progressive metalheads, Sabbath is still the shit because it's fucking Sabbath.
Taco meat.
It's taco meat. It's the meat. It's what gets seasoned to put into your tortilla. Tortilla. Everybody say it with me. Tortilla. Okay. All right. I've been drinking a lot this week. Anybody else? Nope. All right. Well, let's see. Cleaning out some stuff. We got some.
I was going to mention.
Mention it on, dude.
Suspiria's coming out. A
Yes.
remake of Suspiria. I don't know if it's a U.S. release or I don't think it's an Italian release. Anyway, in conjunction with the release, though, they're showing the original film in some clubs with a spin-off of Goblin.
Yeah. Is it how many of the originals?
I don't know. I don't know if it's
some
just,
of
I don't
them.
know if it's just one. It's like so and so's Goblin.
Right.
One of the guys' name.
George Goblin?
George Goblin.
Oh, George G.
I loved seeing him on the Hollywood Squares.
That's George Glass's brother?
Yes.
But they're going to play along with the film in the club.
That's pretty crazy by
They're
itself.
actually coming to Raleigh. I thought it might be kind of cool. They're actually coming to Raleigh on October 30th, right before Halloween.
Oh.
So that would be kind of perfect.
Oh. You know what day that is? What day of the week?
It might be a Friday.
Get out of here with that.
Halloween's probably during the week.
Is it
Why?
probably?
Because it was last year. It was like on a Wednesday last
I'll tell you right now.
I'm looking right now.
Are you looking?
31st is a Wednesday. Everybody suck it.
So it's on Tuesday night.
Yeah. Oh, that would be, I was saying earlier, legit, probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see Goblin doing Suspiria. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no way, there's no way you'll be able to have that experience again.
True.
I mean, there's no way. Yeah.
year. You ever met George Washington?
old GW. Old G-dubs. Yeah. Man, I hope everybody else is having as much of a big time as I am right now. I just want to say that out loud. What else do we want to say about it, Steve?
That's really all I wanted to say about it.
Okay. Well, we can talk about the stuff we played this evening.
Something else I was going to mention, but I can't remember what it is.
Man, I tell you what, I'll be remiss if I didn't say I'm a little distracted by the hunk of meat in there and smoking meat all afternoon. Then it's like coming in a hunk of burning meat and trying to come in here and pay attention about it. Take it easy, man. I'm gonna club you. So we'll talk about the stuff we played. Like I said, I tried to keep on that vibe for a lot of our stuff. Like they had that kind of smoky meat mentality about it. I don't know, stuff that just kind of made me think about smoky meatness. Oh, that's a big old stack. You know, we played this last week, and it was
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. When I was talking about Scotty Strychnine was at the all-you-can-eat drink thing, and I said, man, I'm gonna play you a record. Well, I figured for a night I was smoking my first butt down a little bit. There we go, right there. Remember that spot?
I thought that was 3 weeks.
I thought you were 3 weeks ago. For not being pregnant, but that's a great meat record. Cracked rib.
By
Cal Collins.
Cal Collins, thank you.
It's like 80s jazz, but not. It's not like Kenny G or nothing.
I expected blues.
Jay expected blues.
That named Cal cut it.
Now I pulled this out. I was like, man, I want to hear some Kiss records, man. A gnarly one that's all messed up. And I pulled this out, and I was like, I don't remember playing this in a while. And it was like bad on one side and like less bad on the other, and I was gonna play it. Rock and Roll Forever. And then Jay was like, you realize this is not Rock and Roll Forever, right?
Rock and Roll Over.
I mean, Rock and Roll Over. It's the Gene Simmons.
It's the Gene Simmons solo album?
Solo album. Which is, you know, maybe not the best rock and roll record ever, but it had its own thing going on at the time.
Good ensemble musician.
It was 70s all day long.
Jonathan's got the Ace Frehley one.
The one Jay bought?
No, the Ace Frehley solo album.
Oh, the solo.
Of the four.
Okay.
That's the best one
Yeah.
by far.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Backwoods Metal is in the house. He says, where's the teddies and the liquor? Well,
Hey.
I can get you. Steve can help you with one. Hell, I can help you with the other. I can't get my computer to do what the hell I want it to do now. Shit. Come on now.
Damn, hell piss, shit fire.
Come on, Billy. Grab hold of some of it now. You know, I was talking about that. I was smoking the bud outside. I wanted some of that vibe of just smoking meat out in the yard vibe about it. And I said the Nighthawks, Jack and Kings, which got Pine Top Perkins on it, played with Muddy Waters a lot.
I got a gnat floating in my
A gnat? That's kind of the vibe I'm talking about. That's a good little later blues album from the 80s. Good shit. If you never heard the Nighthawks, they're all right. They're all right.
All right.
You want to take a shot at the blues music?
We should.
Shot the blues.
Shot the blues.
Shot to blues. That's what we call shot to blues. Get chilling.
How about a shot to the heart?
I don't have the salt out, but
You're too late.
I don't need it.
You give love a bad name,
We'll see if I can
Steve.
get that gnat out of there first. I might have to drink that gnat.
Gnat.
It's like
Get that G out of there.
it's like
Gnat. Don't they own Channel 2? Ha 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 ha.
Insiders humor.
local. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Local Philly
All right.
humor joint.
To smoke meat.
Smoked meat, baby.
Smoke your meat. Do we have serve your meat on the CD and
I can't find that. You got it?
I might have.
Our first album, Serve Your Meat,
You got burnt weenie sandwich?
by Pork Chop. Yeah.
It's on.
You could have played Pork Chop.
Yeah, why didn't y'all play pork chop?
And we have a song called Serve Your Meat. That's what we were just talking about.
You should have played it live.
Meet Sam the Butcher.
We should have played it live.
He is really neat. He will trim your fat. He will
serve your meat.
serve your meat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a knockoff of Floyd the Barber?
No. I didn't knock nothing off, Jay.
Well, music wasn't. I mean,
What's that all about? Jay brought this record album over. Tell us all about it.
this was a purchase from today.
Today, you say?
The dig
Yeah, I guess it's a dig.
of this week.
Kingfish. I've been looking for this record for a while. And it'll pop up every now and then. This is Bob Weir playing with Kingfish. I don't know much about the band themselves, but I think this is like when Grateful Dead was kind of a little hiatus.
Okay.
What year is it?
78?
8?
It's Roman numerals, so.
Let me see it.
So Ching Chong Chow, right?
Yeah,
Huh?
I think it's late 70s. 77, 78.
76.
76.
Spirit of 76.
This sounds just like the Dead for the most part.
I mean,
I love the cover.
oh, it's great. I was really
In fact,
impressed by
the
that.
cover. I think it's like Hawkwind or something.
Yeah, and it's
I was pretty impressed by that. I'm not familiar.
Jacket, yeah, the jacket isn't in the best shape, but the vinyl's like perfect.
J for jacket.
So Kingfish is a band, and then he sat in with him.
For this record, apparently. That's what,
Anybody else play with Kingfish we would be notable?
oh, that's a good question.
I mean, on this record, just who's
No.
on- nobody. Just some guys.
Well, Robbie Hoddenot is the lead guitarist.
Well, he was
Slide
on Partridge Family, right?
playing the, looks like a nice telly he's got there.
That's a nice telly.
Self-titled album by the band. Bob Weir produced it.
Oh, Weir produced it. Okay.
Well, and he's
I don't know shit about this. I'll be honest with you.
it's their debut album.
Okay.
Weir was a member of the band between 74 and 76. Left the group shortly after this release of this record here.
All right.
Yeah, Backwoods Metal says he's been wanting to try 1800 ever since he's seen Ray Liotta drinking that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Speaking of Ray Liotta, he's looking old.
he stopped smoking. That's what I know about Ray
Oh,
Liotta.
yeah.
Chantix.
Yeah.
Thanks to Chantix.
But the way that I told even my mom, the way he says smoking, I stopped smoking. When he says smoking, I'm like, I kind of want to smoke something. Just the way he says it,
He
smoking.
reminds me of a guy you worked with for the last 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Really?
He was also told he looked like Ryan Sandberg
Yeah, I can see
back
that.
in the day.
Definitely.
What's up, Bill? Happy Labor Day to you too, bro. He says, damn United Artists and their Roman numeral naming shit. Yeah. And speaking of explaining and what the... How good this shit is. Jay, tell us about this shit. Or you can walk in the other room. Either way you want to do it, Jay.
Jay just walked off. This one's really interesting.
This was
I
like
would-
a blind stab this week.
This should really be a dig of the week.
Oh yeah, it is a big.
I mean, really.
It's a band called Mount Carmel. Real Women is the name of the record. I was at our my favorite local store in Greensboro, and this was on the wall for $7.99. And it
I
caught me
would
because
call
it
that
was like-
Mount Carmel.
Okay.
Carmel?
Carmel. But they caught me because it's like the same art styling of a Topps baseball card from the 70s.
Okay.
And caught my eye, poured up on iTunes, listened to about 5 seconds of it, and walked out the door.
We were all
Wow.
like, this sounds like Mountain. This
Mountain
sounds
sounds
like
like
ZZ
Mountain.
Top.
It's
This
ZZ
sounds
Top.
like
Mountains, ZZ Top.
good.
That little, I
This is
mean,
like 2012 too. It's not very old.
that's crazy.
This band, I followed them on Facebook. They got
On the FB.
They still playing?
they're still playing tour. They just play around Ohio. That's where they're from. They just play most of the shows in Ohio.
And maybe some of these guys, you know, I know Bill's from Ohio. I know Shane Rocky's from Ohio. So maybe these cats can.
These guys are like really.
They may know something we don't.
Yeah.
Because this shit's it's really good, man. I was really impressed by it. Actually,
They may know that they're not allowed to leave the state for some reason.
you know, it's funny. I played with a bass player for a long time. God rest his soul. And we'd get down to South Carolina and be like, all right, man, I got to pull over. Somebody else got to drive. I can't drive South Carolina. It was so funny. No, man, I can't drive in South Carolina. We just pull over and swap it out.
I was that way for a year in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Before I lived here.
Yeah.
Just passing through.
You know, you said we should probably play something from John Coltrane.
Yeah, I thought that would be appropriate because the Coltrane Jazz and Blues Festival is going on this weekend in High Point, North Carolina, right down the road.
Hell yeah. You get any tickets this year?
Robbie Coltrane is performing. He's the son of John, cousin of Flying Lotus.
Did you get any tickets this year?
No, I didn't get tickets
I didn't get
this
no
year.
tickets this year. This is a new thing at Newport. John Coltrane and Arpie Shep. Arpie Shep. Archie Shep.
So it's tomorrow, the big day.
Usually Saturday. They have a
think
headliner
so.
on Sunday, but I think Saturday night's usually
It's
the
a double cover.
best
Nice.
cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a double album, I think.
It's a live deal. It's a good record though. Recorded well.
Yeah.
And we started playing. You started coming in with some meat songs. You say.
Well, I wasn't gonna do a bunch of one-offs, but I found maybe a couple appropriate things that fit, and a little. You Need Meat, Don't Go No Further is what it's called.
Dude, and that is on a record.
It happens to be the song you were talking about.
Yep.
I just know it as this Doors album. This is off Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine, which is
Weird
a great
Scenes
compilation.
Inside the Gold Mine.
I love this compilation.
Tell us about your experience with this record, Steve.
Who, me?
Or maybe it was Jack's experience.
Jack. It was Jack. It wasn't me.
No.
It was a night, one of those nights where you just can't go to sleep, and I think it was this album that saved him, according to legend.
The Legend of Kage. These NES references do anything for anybody? It's Kage instead of Cage, by the way.
Okay.
All right. What about this one?
Well, just in the name of the band, Fatback Band, I felt like we needed some fatback. There's a lot of pork being...
A lot of pork being slung around.
I really hope not. I think we heard a little party time.
You know, it's funny because this would be the second day in a row I've had a fatback conversation. Not necessarily the band, but yesterday I went to visit my parents. Now, we got this local restaurant right up the street from us here now.
Yeah.
They got a buffet, and legendarily, they have fatback on the buffet.
Really?
If you've never had fatback, some of our Yankee friends probably don't even know what the F we're talking about. But it's the stuff you normally like cook beans with. It's like literally a piece of fat from pork fat. But you can fry it up hard, and it's like white. It's not even like pink like ham. It's white and just salty as shit and fatback.
It's so good for you.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing. My dad said, hey, if you go up and listen to this thing, Pioneer Restaurant up here, they'll give you a free meal. I'm like, Pioneer's giving out free meals? Like, yeah. Well, it's just like, I think it's a funeral home. They're doing like a presentation. We want you to plan for your future. Make sure your kids sit through a presentation, but you get a free Pioneer meal. And my dad's like, you and I'm like, I think if it's I don't want to talk about a funeral at a place where I'm going up and being able to pull fatback right off the bar into my plate.
They give you a voucher, probably.
Oh yeah, but still, if it's, I don't think they have it on the bar anymore. But just to know that like this is a place where I'm dumping fatback in my. No, it's. Oh, you're. No, that food is good, man.
They don't like it.
It's good country
Golden
food.
Corral.
No way. It's Golden Corral, but an actual country cook cooking it.
No, it's not real. It's not a real cooked food.
Oh, it is. Pioneer? Totally. It is. It is.
Little Eddie Harris smoking, because that's what was going
That's
on.
smoking, because that's what was going on.
I think we listened to Ed's Blues on side 2. This is on Janus Records. What year was this?
Oh, we got Metal Theologian joining us.
What year was this at? I don't even remember. But it's still, he's still playing like classic jazz, nothing, he wasn't getting weird with it.
It wasn't electronic at all at any point?
No, I don't think so.
I don't recall it, man.
But you can tell his style is changing.
Yeah, I also ran into some of those Eddie Harris's where he's like, it's real slow and sugar honey baby kind of stuff, and other stuff is just like bonkers electric, and then there's straight up jazz stuff. Mouthful Lotion, I was thinking about you, man. I smoked my first piece of meat tonight. I know you're a smokerman. I smoked my first bud over here. I don't know if you've been on here before.
It was good. I had me a sandwich.
I'm going to eat a whole bunch when we get done with it.
All right.
If I did it before the show, we wouldn't have done the show. I'd be like, all right.
What, you mean eat?
Yeah. All right, everybody get the fuck out of my house. We'll see you. I'm going to take a dump and go to bed. God bless you. You want to play Meat is Murder?
Yeah, I thought Meat is Murder might be appropriate.
Absolutely.
But that's not my record. That's your record.
It damn sure is murder. Sweet and tasty murder.
I guess he's is that his vegetarian talking?
Who?
Morrissey.
Yeah.
Meat is murder.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to just eat Morrissey. I'll be honest with you. I'd put Morrissey right up on a spit, just turn him around a few times, get him about just not medium, just give me a little medium.
Smoking that Eddie Harris is from 1970.
Oh, that's early.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right before Live at Newport.
Oh, that's the one with the children's song.
Exactly.
You played that record album.
Oh, yeah. This wasn't part of the Meat show. What this was I wanted to play In the Light because it kind of got me working towards making a purchase, my big purchase this week.
Oh.
So I'm going to show you right now. This is the triple album deluxe. Came out, what, 2017?
You want the negative, alternative negative color? The ones that you've been buying?
Yeah, the ones I've been buying, yeah. I might have an
alternative negative cover?
Well, for the third record, usually they reverse the, like that.
Yeah.
Well, we listened straight up to the regular In the Light. The reason being is I finally broke down and purchased something for my
Angelo.
My performance. I've seen all these singers and they're up there and they got their vocals going with. And this is TC Helicon. This is called the TC Helicon Voice Live Play, and it gives me opportunity to have some harmonies when I'm up there.
That's pretty cool.
Effects. I can go ahead and put I don't have to rely on Soundman to give me what I need, because usually I don't get what I need, but I can get what I need now. Just I already have it dialed in. But I've already programmed In the Light, so I can get that And if you feel with the harmony on the backside of it. But you can't go wrong. So that's kind of cool because I've always never really had some good harmonizing vocals.
I was going to save it for Dig of the Week, but I bought a pedal too.
You bought a pedal too?
I bought a pedal off of Reverb. I've been looking for a fuzz pedal, and I was going to buy some numerous fuzz pedals. I ran into this guy who hand makes fuzz pedals. Zero gravity pedals, and I saw the graphic on this. It's a one knob fuzz pedal that's kind of one of those bonkers, kind of like Mono Lord, Electric Wizard, just gnarly. Get a little closer.
Get in there.
A little closer.
Freeze it. Look at that.
That's the graphic on it. Hand drawn little thing on it. Look at that right there. What does that say? Freeze it.
Can you read that?
Boy in the days of the caveman. I'm like, I think I found my fuzz pedal.
That is crazy.
It was $35 off of Reverb, and when I got home from the mountains, it was waiting on me in my mailbox, and I hooked all my shit up and started just slaying fucking dragons with this thing, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's really cool, and it's so cool. And
I love that it's like, I wouldn't say it's handmade, but
it is.
Like, yeah.
It's a dude. It's a dude in his garage. And now if I ever get one of those rig rundowns made about me, I can be like, oh, well, I got this fuzz pedal. It's made by this guy in Ohio. It's an Ohio guy. And, it's some random guy. As far as I know, this is the only one that's ever been sold. And it's killer. I mean, it really lays it down. Thick and gnarly. It's got that Velcro-y zero gravity pedals. So if you're a guitar player, check out Zero Gravity pedals. I'm telling you, this thing's cool. It was cheap.
35 bucks.
35 bucks shipped.
You paid a lot less than I did.
And that's killer, man. With a killer, I mean, I can tell by the graphic and the little note, this guy's just a weirdo, and that makes me enjoy it even more. All right, speaking of smoking music, T-Model Ford, don't get out talking it. This is the one when I thought about, like, hey, let's do some records that maybe talk about smoking music, smoking meat smoking music. This is numero uno I thought about, was that record.
Really?
T-Model, yeah. That's the first thing that came to mind. It's one of those Fat Possum records from that documentary, You See Me Laughing.
He's saying his balls.
Yeah, when he's talking about his daddy beating the shit out of him, and he's saying that my mom come down there and found me, and my little ball was hanging out. Talking about his nut fell out of his sack because his dad beat the shit out of him so bad. But he also has one of the most badass lines of anything. Forget movies, just life in general. He's talking about getting into it with some guy, and he pulled a knife on a guy because he pulled one on him. And he said, well, I just aimed to stab the motherfucker. The dying was between him and the Lord. And I'm like, now that is badass. You can't say nothing. If you got something more badass than that, I'd like to hear it. Now, the other thing I talked about here, the smoking meat music, the other thing that immediately came to mind, ZZ Top. And I said, Steve, pick me a ZZ Top record, and pick the first one, the ZZ Top's first album. And of course,
awesome.
I mean, that's about as good as it gets. And you talking about smoking meat music? That is right there where it needs to be. What's this about, Steve?
Gotta have me some of that.
I gotta have me some of that.
Brown sugar before I die. Bow, 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 bow. Well, we played something. You played something else, but then after that, because we'll talk about that later, I guess. Yeah. I put on a little Radiohead.
There's some Alex Jones talk. Apparently, got busted with some tranny porn. Anyway.
Who, Alex Jones?
I guess so.
We should do a shot then, shouldn't we?
Probably.
This is the OK Not OK release that came out 2017, and we were listening to like the third album, which has some stuff you probably never heard before. I like it. I like it a lot. I listened to this album the other day, and I thought, you know, I should listen to this more because this is really damn good.
Oh yeah, that. You know, it's funny. I've got the like a bootleg CD of Radiohead stuff. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's got a lot of songs that are not on the other albums, and I love when that pops up on my shuffle.
Everybody Can Play Radiohead. That one?
No. That's great. I have OK Computer, but I don't have that version with that weird shit on it. That was great to hear that. So that's all from that session?
I don't know. Maybe. Sounds like it's about the same time.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to say I got.
It's not too electronic. It's still got that kind of Pablo Honey thing going on.
The bends, kind of.
Bends.
I mean, I don't want to say I've got burnout on Radiohead, but some of the stuff I've heard a lot.
Yeah. I gave it a rest.
I love them, but you know, I did kind of get. So it was refreshing to hear something. I'm like, wow, this is. It's like hearing it's like hearing OK Computer again for the first time because it was like songs I'd never heard before.
It's like a new album, but it's better than one of their newer albums.
Yeah. Moonshaped Pool. You care for that?
No.
Now I decided to bring it on home with some. I tell you what, I'll go on and spread this lube up on this record album right now.
What?
And then when that way when Jay holds up the camera, you guys can just shove it right on up there. Because that's what it's about right there. That is, if you know my first blues album I ever heard, first time I ever heard the blues, went back and ordered a couple of years ago for myself for Christmas. It's a compilation of Chicago blues, and you got, even if you're avid record collectors and music fans, you probably don't even really know these guys on this record, because I still really don't honestly myself, but to me it's the best blues record I've ever heard or ever owned or blah 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 my entire life, because it's the first one, especially when it comes to playing some harp, because that is as good as it gets. There's something else better. I'd love to hell hear from it. I'd love to hear about it. You can send me a MySpace on that shit because I'd love to just hear about it. But Pink Champagne, that's one of them records. I put it on. As soon as I put it on, I started grunting.
Making that nasty face. You got any football you gonna watch this weekend? You got Notre Dame, Michigan.
Notre Dame,
tomorrow.
Michigan tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I'll smoke another
Georgia's
butt.
playing
I'm gonna smoke another butt.
walk. Hopefully they won't
Yeah.
take it for granted, but they're playing a bullshit game. So let's do a shot for the holiday weekend.
Yeah.
So if you got one,
For labor. This is for all the women that have ever been in labor. That's what Labor Day's about, right? That tastes like my middle school PE teacher.
what are we watching?
Boiler Room.
Boiler.
Giovanni Ribisi flick.
Okay.
Jay picked it out. All right. Oh, we're doing Dig of the Week.
I think it's time for Dig of the Week.
We're all the way down to that.
I've only got one.
I got a few things.
I got 5.
What? You said you got 5?
Yeah.
I thought you said that one thing.
No, man, I got 5.
Oh.
I was like, I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
I mean, I'll do
know.
mine are whatever's.
I don't know.
A couple of whoa, but you know, mostly.
Wah, wah, wah.
We know about the band Rhinoceros.
I've seen them around 70s band.
It's a early 70s band. Well, they were done by 1970, the first incarnation. But you could call them a super group. They were actually put together by Paul Rothschild.
That did the Doors.
And another guy who did Buffalo Springfield. You know, Buffalo Springfield was kind of a compilation band as well.
Yeah.
And Buffalo Springfield was like, this guy named was Warlock, this other guy that put together Buffalo Springfield. But he had told, what's your boy from Stephen Stills, when Stephen Stills auditioned.
Bill Morrison.
When Stephen Stills auditioned for the Monkees,
Yeah.
he said, I think he encouraged him to put together a band, and that band became Buffalo Springfield. But anyway,
Really?
getting away from that, Rhino is actually a band made up of people from like Iron Butterfly. There were some other bands involved. I'm drawing a blank. Nah, never mind.
Oh, Bud
This
Wilson.
is Better Times Are Coming, which is their third and final album before they initially broke up. It's good. I got it. It's fairly cheap. It was according to somebody's scratch, so it's got a little noise here and there on it, but I wanted to give it a listen. It was only
Yeah.
$1.50.
Oh, that's
so,
great. For $1.50. Jesus.
Yeah. And then I picked up the one Peter Gabriel I didn't have. You know, Peter Gabriel's first 3 albums are Peter Gabriel.
Yes.
You got the Car,
Melty Face.
Scratches, or whatever this is called,
And
Melt.
Melty Face.
Yeah, in that order. This is from 1978, produced by Robert Fripp. He plays on it a lot. There's some Frippatronics going on, I think, Exposure, the song Exposure. I'll do one more.
Okay. Okay.
For 1970, it's called Humble Pie.
Oh.
It's not their first, their third album actually.
Yeah, I don't care for that band name.
You don't like the band name, but it's a great album.
They're good.
It was a heavier version. They had like a new American producer. He wanted to make them a little heavier. So you know, Steve Marriott and Peter Frampton and a couple other guys. It's a good album. I like this album. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's got some nice artwork on it. This little painting on the back.
Metal Theologian said he thought Rhinoceros sucked, but he said Fever likes that hippie shit more than I do.
Well, Rhinoceros it's not great. They kind of felt a little flat. I think what they were trying to do was capture that whole scene, and they put together this band thinking they could capture it, and they just never were able to do that.
I think that's one of those bands that I kind of lumped in with a few other bands, and I would see them and think, oh, this is one of those that everybody's always like talking about, and I would like put it on and be like, is it? I did that with a Budgie record, but it was like later Budgie, and it was like, oh my God, Budgie. And I'm like, for real? Oh, Budgie record. And I put it on the table and I put the headphones on and I'm like, this sucks. I don't want this. I mean, I get it. Everybody's like, oh, that's a Budgie. But I think there's certain ones that are more better than the others.
More better.
But when I put it on, I'm just, this is terrible. I mean, I would never listen to this. I may buy it and be like, bro, I got a Budgie record. I'd never play it though. I just want to say that. You know, I went to that show Friday night, the Monolord show, and when it was all said and done, I went over to the merch table because I wanted to, like, just straight up put some gas money in their tank. You know what I mean? And I think that's a cool feeling of, like, you know, you can support a band, you can talk all the shit you want about them, you can order stuff online. But do you ever really know what you're really doing to help, you know what I mean, for a band that you really care about? So this is one of these, like, you know, it's $25 on the first Monolord. They had I have the middle one, Veneer or whatever it's called, Veneer. The recent one is all over record stores around here, so I bought the first one. It's on Easy Rider, and man, it's just it's thick and gnarly and just
killer.
It's killer. That's some good meat smoking music too, because it's riff-tastic, thick, down-tuned, nasty riffs with kind of psychedelic, affected harmonic singing over top of it. Reminds me of a lot of the early Sleep at times, like some of the Holy Mountain stuff. Really cool. And actually at that same merch station, if I can find it, you know, I want to, for this fall, I want to get my first, what you call them, battle jacket. I don't think I'm going to do a vest. I'm going to do a battle jacket. So again, because I really wanted to support the band, I bought my first patch. I'm going to sew my denim jacket that I don't own, and I got the Veneer Monolord patch that's the first Monolord. Give it a tilt down. There you go. That's the first Monolord record I picked up. Remember, that's got the guy on it? And they had that patch there for $5, and I'm like, you know what? Let's make it an even 30. I want a patch. Also, I was really messed up. But nevertheless, I'm putting that shit on some shit. And then I went over to the next day. Me and the girlfriend got up. Went over to Harvest Records in Asheville, which, you know, I love our local spots that we swear by. Underdog, Hippo Records. I hate to say it, Harvest Records is probably the best record store in North Carolina.
Why do you hate to say that?
Well, because I don't want, because
they're nice people.
They're nice people, but I have buddies that are local that, you know.
Well,
it's hard to compete with Harvest.
It's hard to compete.
They probably say the same thing.
They have records and shit there that for prices that are lower than internet prices.
You probably should go to Carolina Soul too. But.
Yeah, I mean, every time I go there, I'm really stoked about it. But yeah, anyway, so we went up to Harvest bright and early after the Monolord show. So you know we were just fresh as a frickin' daisy. You go to a Swedish doom metal show, and you're up drinking strong ass Asheville beers till 2, 3 in the morning. We had tequila and strong ass beers. The next thing you know, it was the morning. We're like, all right, let's go Harvest. We gotta go to Harvest. We're there like when they opened, and it was like, you know, trying to figure it out. Picked up a couple of new items. One I'll just tell you. This is a band called Eagle Twin. Now this is off. It's on Southern Lord. Eagle Twin is a two-piece doom metal outfit. I think they're from Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been really obsessed with kind of this the two-piece band idea for a long time. I think if you can really make that work, it's really something crazy. It's really something crazy. And so these guys, Eagle Twin, it's a band, and it's also one of those things where I thought about if I see a band that I've really been streaming lately up here, new, I'm gonna buy them. Of course, I'm looking for like psych records. I'm looking for old school metal records and shit like that. But if I find something that's like new that I've streamed the shit out of, I want to buy it so I can support what the F I've been spending my money on.
Hurry.
Huh?
Like I said, it's hitting weird tonight.
You're hitting weird, Jay.
Hey, I picked up the heavy metal soundtrack because it was you know, it was an important part of my growing up. This is 1981. I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
When this came out, and I loved it. And it was a great soundtrack. It's got some. It's weird. It kind of has a couple stinkers in there, but overall, it's a pretty damn good soundtrack and a damn good movie. One of those movies that would come on late at night on Night Flight.
Oh yeah. Who all's on this soundtrack?
Well, Don Felder, Sammy Hagar,
Sabbath. That's all.
Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult. Well, here it is: Grand Funk Railroad, Journey, Nazareth, Stevie Nicks, Riggs, Trust, which I think has something to do with Elvis Costello.
You know, Night Flight comes on cable, Steve.
Still?
Friday.
Does it? Night Flight comes on cable.
No,
The old school ones?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Cheap Trick is also on here. They have a couple cool songs on here.
Hang on, I'm gonna fit this in better.
And I'll finish mine up so you can do yours. This one I've decided with my points from Speedway, I'm gonna trade them all in for Amazon gift cards and then buy records.
Now you can do that.
Oh yeah. And so I got the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards Flying Microtonal Banana album.
Oh yeah.
This is their first when they did 7 albums in 15 or 17. This was the first one they did.
2017. Yeah.
This is the first one they did last year, in 2017.
That's a great album. I know that
It's a
album.
really good album.
They use a lot of the microtonal guitars. And stuff.
They you know, put all these frets on these guitars, 24 frets. Nothing is sacred in our Western music. Over hundreds of years, our music de-evolved to feature less emphasis on rhythm, more attention to harmonic imperfection. Our ancestors endeavored to create a system based on perfect fifths, yet we end up with a series of severely out-of-tune thirds and wonky harmonies. Bach composed in something closer to just intonation. Modern pianos are tuned sharp at the top and flat at the bottom. Violinists instinctually bow perfect harmonies in orchestral arrangements. Barbershop quartets instinctually sing perfect harmonic thirds and sevenths. They are right, we are wrong, trust your instincts. We continually dumb down the rhythmic complexity in favor of harmonic entanglement. Harmonies that are out of tune, nothing is sacred. And neither is this album. 24 Tet everybody, wronger than wrong.
That's funny.
It's a great album though. It's fun.
You know, I was saying I've been big into the two-piece doom sludge kind of thing for a long time. This is one I did not expect to see up there. I was looking for some of the newer release stuff. I did not expect to see Big Business up here, who have
Big Business.
It's a two-piece bass drums outfit. This is their second record. They ended up becoming members of the Melvins for a while. They became for different especially a dude became the bass player for a while. But that record and big, if you don't know Big Business, do yourself a favor. Go look up some full albums on YouTube of Big Business. They will blow your mind. I mean, it's really, really good. Probably my favorite pickup of what I got up there. I got some stuff that really filled some holes and some stuff that I really wanted and da-da-da. That's the one to me that I'm like, damn, I cannot wait to listen to this on vinyl. Because I didn't even have it digitally or anything. It's just not shit I've ever seen around here before at all, ever. New, used, whatever. And up there it was like new, a few different albums. Just I picked one that I knew I liked. But anyway, how many more you got?
I got no more.
No more.
It's all you, baby.
All right. How about Noi, the second one? You got the second one?
I don't have the second one.
I picked up the second one. They had it used for, you know, what, 13 bucks, something like that. So Noi's the couple of guys from Kraftwerk, Klaus Moonheimer. Jay says, old Klaus Mooney.
I'm not going to get involved in that one.
But I knew it was a couple guys.
Actually, I did watch a Krautrock doc just the other day.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it yet. The one from Vice. That's the one I told you about.
That one was okay.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a better one out there, but yeah, that one was okay.
So that's the second one. They have the third one up there too, which is Noise 70. This is 75. They all look the same. So it's the third one.
Okay.
So I have the second and the third one.
And I have the first one.
But you have the first one. I love the first one. That's something I saw those and I'm just like, I can't leave these up here, because the Noi, when you bring that Noi record over, and I've streamed that a whole bunch of times. It's so good, and I've streamed those I think a few times, not as much as the first one, but it's not. I'm not. You don't see that around here. I gotta buy it. Gotta buy it.
I've come across the second one a couple of times, but never seen the third one.
And also I picked up okay, plug some holes. It's a Black Sabbath here. Technical Ecstasy. You got this on vinyl?
I think so. I think I do.
Not one I had. Is it my favorite? Both of these, I've got two Black Sabbath records. They kind of, it's toward the end of the Ozzy era, and they both kind of have the same criticism in terms of you're trying to do too much for what you are. You're Black Sabbath, you should sound like Blur, and you try to go too far and do your other thing. And Tony Iommi would say, you know, like, people are going to say, but you guys are only doing you're doing the same shit over and over again, or you tried this other thing and we don't like that either. And he said that kind of what happened with Technical Ecstasy, and also with this one, Never Say Die, which I think is a terrific record.
Technical Ecstasy, like, the band was like hard to keep in the studio. They were out on the beach all the time. And just fucking around.
Yeah, not not the ones that, but there's still the one. I mean, I listen to them.
Yeah.
When they pop up on my shuffle, I don't skip that shit.
No.
At all. And you had a 3/4 length baseball shirt for that.
No, that was Mob Rules.
Oh, Mob Rules. I thought it was that one.
No.
Something about that cover. You liked that cover.
That was when Van Halen.
That's a good album.
Yeah.
Well, some people don't like it. I like it. Never Say Die.
Never Say Die, I think, is a great record, and I listen to that quite a bit digitally, and I've never owned it on vinyl.
First one where they introduced the keyboard. Of course, Technical Ecstasy.
I mean, is it Volume 4?
No.
No. Is it? I mean, Sabotage.
Name any of the first 5 albums.
I mean, come on.
No,
But come
of course
on.
not.
What band can you do that with? Really? I mean, it's really not fair to be like, oh, well, I mean, it doesn't sound like, you know, name an album 5 before what you just did. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, really. Speaking of plugging holes, you hear about Alex Jones? Does he really like trannies? I've been off the net. Does he really like trannies? Come on, Jay.
InfoWars.
Conspiracy,
the World Trade Center.
9/11 was an inside job. No, see, now they're going to use my voice of saying that, saying like I did something. I told Jonathan and Underdog for the last time I went up there. I said, I bet you no less than 10 times I have come up here and been like, I'm going to buy this repress of Black Flag damaged. And I come up there and be like, oh no, you've got blah, blah, blah. And I buy that instead. And I always put it the Black Flag back. I've never seen Black Flag used really anywhere around. And this place had Slip It In. It's a repress, but had Slip It In used for a good price.
Nice.
And I was really stoked to pick this up, man. It's Henry Rollins. It's kind of, they started getting into that, more of the instrumental stuff. Greg Ginn was really coming to his own. Rollins is kind of figuring shit out. He's really starting to, like, lyrically, like, just hammer it like it's supposed to be hammered. Greg Ginn's got space to kind of write. I mean, it was like, it's one of the most perfect of the Black Flag records. It's when everybody kind of is starting to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like Damage better. My War, those three. It's the, you know, Damage, My War, and Slip It In are the three that are like, yeah. But anyway, I'm stoked to pick it up because that's my first Black Flag record. I didn't necessarily mean to save that for last. I don't care. I've had a lot to drink in a week.
That's all right. You got a lot of records there.
And we smoked some weed. Yeah, I spent $100 up there.
Yeah.
$100 worth of records. That's big. That's high cotton.
So you smoke some wings?
I was
Yeah, you wings. A lot of wings.
I was drowning in cotton up there. And butt. And just, I've been drowned in butt before.
Whose butt you smoking tonight?
Whose butt you smoking tonight, boy? Say. 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 Say.
So that's the show, right?
No.
Oh,
So
my.
to speak, chip chat.
Oh my.
God damn it. All right, everybody, stick around for just a minute. Man.
What you doing?
Huh? Stick around. We're gonna take us a quick commercial break. Come back with a So to Speak and chip chat. But y'all ain't gonna want to miss. It's got a little vacation vibe to it. And then after that, I'm gonna go in there and stick my wiener right in this smoked butt we got in here. So we'll be back in just a minute. So eat on it.
I'm Beefsteak Charlie. Beefsteak Chuck's
Hey.
been telling me about restaurant school.
Hey.
Uncle Charlie, everything we learned in school you shouldn't do and couldn't do, you do.
I've always believed in giving people a lot for a little. No one beefs about the check at Beefsteak Charlie. And on Mondays through Fridays for just $9.99, get all the barbecued ribs and chicken you can eat. At Beefsteak Charlie's, we won't stop giving until you say, Uncle, 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 Uncle.
The high range is cut off. If the cattle can't get to you, you've got to get to the cattle. Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro country.
A tape of this quality deserves to be played in the most sophisticated of systems. Because Sony Premium Tape has more music, where other tapes have distortion and hiss. Sony Audio Tape. It's the closest you can get to music.
Move over, bacon. Now there's something meatier. Delicious sizzling.
Fake bacon?
Mom's sizzling is real meat.
No soy, no fillers?
Sizzling is real meat. A lot more meat to eat in every package because it's 50% leaner than bacon.
Delicious.
Move over, Bacon. Now we're something meatier.
Delicious, real meat, Sizzling.
Sizzling for breakfast in original pork or tasty beef.
But
Oh, they were off of it.
no.
Okay, I'll turn back up.
Yep,
You
yep,
cut them
yep.
off?
They were off during the break. They-
Butt off?
Now you're back on.
I think they were off the whole show.
They might have been off the whole show.
God.
Oh no. Oh no. Whole show's over. We gotta start the whole thing over. Let's get into a so to speak. Now, when I was up in the mountains, we had, you guys have Ingles? Ingles, groceterias where you live?
I think it's a North Carolina thing.
Yeah. I think
In fact, that's Ingles is always a store that gets busted for selling smokes to young underage kids.
I think Ingles is Ellsworth.
I don't think so, son. I think it's a Western.
I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. So up here they had this, and I love a black cherry soda.
We're doing so to speak.
Yeah. And so I saw this. It's Waist Watchers. A diet black cherry soda is like music to my ears. And it's called Waist Watchers. I've never seen this before.
I thought you meant waste like W-A-S-T-E.
No, no. Like
shit?
Weight Watchers,
Like
but
shit
waist.
watcher?
Hold that guy up, and we'll. I gotta pee, so we gotta do all this real quick. Waist Watcher.
Waist Watcher soda.
I've been drinking this, so I know what it's about, but I'll call it. Tell me what you think. I'll tell you my gripe about it. It ain't really a gripe. I think it's a good soda. And it's a zero sugar, zero calorie kind of deal. We don't do a lot of those on the show, even though that's what I drink 99.9% of the time.
That's good.
What I don't like about it is it's more black cherry than it is cola. And nowhere does it say cola, to be fair. But I like a black cherry cola. So the cola
that's a cherry soda.
That's a cherry soda.
I like that.
It's good, but it's like a diet cherry thing.
Like a cheer wine?
Almost, except it's not as
sharp.
Not as bright, if you notice. I mean, the color's dark.
Black cherry.
But I like a cola. I like the cola element more than I do the cherry. This is a little more on the cherry side of things.
That's good.
Makes a good soda, but it's a little different from when you normally see. Normally, it's a black cherry diet cola,
okay,
kind of thing. Like Harris Teeter does that, but it's a cola.
Right.
But it's diet. It's got a little cherry just
okay.
Right there. It's not that. That's cherry up your wazoom.
Yep.
And that's okay. So I thought that was unique, at least. You had something else that you brought for this evening for
we did, like Food Lion had some craft sodas, but I noticed recently Harris Teeter has their brand of craft sodas called Private Selection, and this is the first. I've got like 5 of them, This is the first one I brought over. This is called Blackberry Jam.
Okay. Blackberry.
You want to show that?
That would sound good. That sounds good. Metal Theologian says they have Ingles in the upstate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Ish.
Oh. Said you need to try this Aldi brand grapefruit and hops cream soda. Hey, they're building an Aldi like literally a quarter of a mile from me. Oh, that's good. That's real good. Boy, I like that a lot.
It's weird after that, though.
It is, but boy, I like that a
It'll
lot.
cleanse my palate.
I like that a
I'm
lot.
gonna try that again. It's a cream soda.
Yeah.
Enhanced with blackberry flavor and sweet, creamy vanilla finish.
It's like a blackberry pie with some vanilla ice cream on top. Totally.
It's good.
Yeah, that's one of the better sodas we've done this year, I'll say.
Okay.
I'm just saying, that's up there. I can't think of one or two other ones this year.
I bought a couple you're not gonna like, I think, in this
No.
vein. But
Vinegar?
no, no, it's not a vinegar thing. I do have a vinegar.
No, those vinegar things are garbage. They're just garbage.
That's from Lidl.
They're garbage city right there. I'm the mayor of Garbage City, and I banish these motherfuckers from. Oh man, I got a problem with my wife. You got a problem with your life. No Effects fans, anybody? Chip Chat.
Chip Chat.
What are we gonna do about it? Now I did get there was an Ingles brand up there for chips that I'd not seen. I mean, maybe we've done them. I don't know.
Have we done?
But I don't.
Is it called Laurelin?
Yeah, to me it sounds like a country star.
I think it's a song by Styx.
But I was gonna save these. It's funny that the soda speak I was gonna do. I had some soda in there. The double something cola.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna do that in the creek in front of the house, like have it like resting.
Yeah.
Same thing with this, like just have it just propped up and be like, oh hey, there you. I didn't see you there, but then I got all drunk to do it. Laura Lynn kettle cooked jalapeno. It is the Ingles brand. It's got Ingles on the back. Distributed by Ingles Markets, Asheville, North Carolina.
We have done Laura Lynn onions.
Oh, the
onions.
The
must be like an onion ring.
Yeah, the
Ingles
Funyuns.
brand.
So let's try the jalapeno kettle chip, which is Ingles store brand.
Apparently, Mike D said, "Oh, look at these guys! If I had these in college, I would be 3 pounds heavier now." Damn! Throw it down, dude.
All on the floor. We'll get wraps. Those are good. That could go with some smoked meat. It's a delicate kettle chip.
It's not a very strong jalapeno.
Wait on it. It comes in a little later. Not crazy. But what I love is it's a kettle chip, but not a bust your teeth out kettle chip. It's a subtle kettle. But it's more than a Lay's. It's not like a thin, crispy chip. It does have some dexterity to it, but it doesn't like, you know, some of those kettle chips are just like crazy. That's a good mix, I think.
Yeah.
The flavor, a little generic. Some nice jalapeno flavor, I think.
It's a good chip.
It's a good chip. For a store brand, you can't go wrong with that. So if you have Ingles in your way, check out the kettle cooked jalapeno. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at those at all. I'll be honest. I mean, God's honest truth. That's what I'm here to deliver today. God's honest truth. So we appreciate everybody joining us for Grown Man Record Night. We're gonna dip on out here directly because we got some smoked meat up here when we eat on, and listen to some record albums as we finish this evening on out. But we appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope everybody has a great Labor Day weekend. Has a good time. Get out there and smoke some meat with your family, everybody. It makes for some good old times. If you get any time, you can send me some pictures of your family. If you got any, if you got any extra time, I don't know. I've got vacation. V. All right. Thanks for looking at us and sitting around while we take pictures of one another and whatnot. And we'll see you next time.
I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
We've had a good old time. But and now Carl jumping on a trampoline upside down.